crazy action. We'll get into it in the next 2 minutes here. If you're joining us on YouTube, gonna probably be streaming the entire week this week as a apology for taking a vacation. Travel to London, Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Barcelona, Marbella, Madrid, and I think one more place too. Crazy.
Man, that's I mean, I've done trips like that. It's a lot of fun. You're tired, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. There was a lot of really great
A
places
lot
I
of work.
saw. I mean, London was awesome. London just really didn't
Right.
miss. I really like Belgium. Let me tell you something. The Belgian waffles are not fake news. They are real news. Some of the best waffles I had. Anywhere in America that
Right.
says they have Belgian waffles is a scam. There's nothing like a Belgian waffle. Um, what else? I really liked Switzerland. I thought Switzerland was really beautiful. I don't know if I told you guys the story, but my hotel in Switzerland got canceled. So, dude, you'll never believe it. So, we were staying at the Bergenstock Hotel. So, Bergenstock Hotel. Really beautiful hotel. I mean, like, check out some of these photos. Like, truly, like, one of the most beautiful things. This was the hotel I was most excited for. Like, literally the most excited. And it's not cheap either. Like, it's almost like $2,000 a night, right? So, super excited. The way to get to this hotel is we had to take a train, and no, we had to take a plane from Amsterdam into Switzerland, then take a train from Switzerland to Lucerne, and then take a 1 hour car to get up the mountain to get to this place. So, bro, this is supposed to be like a wellness hotel. We're super excited to be there. We walk in, we're like, damn, this place is sick. We get to the front desk to check in, and they're like, oh, like, you know, when you check in, like, you need your passport, you need your credit card, you need all this stuff. We give them the passport, we give them the credit card. Like, do you want some coffee or champagne? No, I don't. For me, champagne's fake news, so I don't really fuck with that. But I was like, yeah, I'll take a coffee, right? And the manager comes out, and I'm thinking, man, they're giving us champagne, they're giving us coffee. Manager's about
Right.
to upgrade our room, and he looks at us and he's like, welcome, Mr. Temes. Due to a security concern, you can't stay at this hotel. And I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, what? That was kind of one of the first times in my mind that, I almost like short circuited. My brain, like, I was like, what'd you just say? I was like, what? And I was like, I thought it was because like I was Middle Eastern. I went to full on bow, bro. Anytime someone says shit to bow, he's like, oh, they're racist. I'm like, oh, this gotta be fucking racist or some shit. Like, what? I got a beard. Like, am I not good enough to stay at this hotel? And then I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, unfortunately, due to a high level government security concern, you can't stay here. And we're like, why didn't you call us? Why didn't you email us? Why didn't you we took a
Right.
plane, a train, and a car to get here. At least tell us we can't stay here and we'll just leave. Anyway, long story short, he's like, listen, go upstairs, go get a free lunch on us. And while you guys are getting a free lunch, we're going to put you in a new hotel. Not only are we going to refund you for this hotel stay, but we're going to put you in a new hotel. And we're like, where's the new hotel? It's all the way back where we took the train. So
Oh my
they're going
God.
to take us all the way back to where we came for this free hotel. And we're like, dude, we want to stay here. We want to stay here. We came around the world to come to this hotel. Sorry, we can't. As we were having lunch, and by the way, lunch was extremely overpriced. I should have fucking squeezed their ass. You know how overpriced the lunch was? A burger was 75 Swiss franc. 75 Swiss
Oh
franc
my
is like
God.
100 US dollars. Right?
For a burger.
A burger. And
Huh.
my wife is like, oh, you should get a whiskey. And I'm like, I'm kind of pissed off. The last thing I want to do is be pissed off and drunk. So I got like a Macallan 12, which like in America is like, I don't know, $20. Over there it was 65. And I'm thinking in my head, bro, these fuckers are gonna pay for it. I should have gone like the McAllen 30. That was gonna be 1,000, but I did. Anyway, long story short, we find out that they kicked us out because Trump and Iran were gonna sign the peace deal there. So they kicked us out because Trump and Iran, instead of going to Geneva to sign the peace agreement for the Iran war, they went to my hotel. And you know what the craziest part is? They never even went. So they kicked everyone out of that hotel. They refunded everyone. They gave everyone free hotel stays at another place, and Trump and Iran didn't show up.
Man.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
Can you believe that?
That's insane.
But, on the bright side, I got $6,000 refunded. The hotel that they put us in was $4,000 a night. So we got like 3 nights of that. And we had them cover our flight, our train, and our car expenses. So all in all, we made out with like $15K in free shit. Of the $15K in free shit, how much did my wife spend? Half of it. So I only made out with $7,500, which is still a win. So that was kind of the craziest part of my trip is Trump took over my hotel and he didn't even show up. So
wow.
Anyway, crazy shit. But we're back.
And it's crazy that they wouldn't tell you that right away.
No, they can't because of security concerns. Yeah. And bro, I'm looking around and there's like a lot of like people in suits like walking around. And then it later fucking hit me. It's the fucking FBI and Secret Service, dude. So we got there on Wednesday, and the signing was supposed to be on Friday. So they were like scoping out the place for the last like 2 days to make sure it was safe. And in my head, I'm like, bro, like security concern. I was at Mar-a-Lago. I've been to the New York Stock Exchange. I'm the most secure motherfucker you could meet. But no, they didn't do that. So anyway, yeah, that's not FBI. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro. But anyway, so here I am now, back in America, traveled. I know we should get started live trading here soon, but just a couple more things. London was incredible. Belgium was incredible. I thought Ibiza was amazing. Switzerland was amazing. Barcelona, I mean, just so many places were incredible.
Right.
The only place that kind of pissed me off a little bit, and maybe it was just my own experience, was Marbella. And Marbella was really awesome. I had a great time there. But the only problem in Marbella for me was like, dude, they tried like nickel and diming for like every little thing. Like, for example, if you want to sit outside at one of the restaurants, they charge you a 15% surcharge on your bill. 15% to sit outside? Like, what the hell, bro? What the hell? It's like, dude, I have money. And like, it's not really a concern of money. It's the principle, bro. You're telling me that I got to pay 15% to sit outside? And you know what? The food sucked when I sat outside too. So fuck that place.
Touristy. Yeah, touristy.
Anyway, so regardless, back trading today. So before we get into the watches, I kind of want to talk about, what my thought process is coming back after taking so much time off. So here's kind of my P&L for the month so far. Before I left, you guys can see. So far up around $47,000 for the month. Averaging a green day of about, what is this average green day? Averaging about a $6,700 green day. As you guys know, I took no trades for the last couple of weeks because I was traveling. So this is the last trading day of the month, and it's coming off me taking time off for the month. So here's the thing that I want you guys to understand is, I am super, super excited to be trading. I'm super, super hyped. I love trading. But the problem is that after taking so much time off trading, it's almost like trying to ride a bike again. Getting right back on is the most hardest part, So for me, my goal here today is just to make sure that when I start trading, that I am just sticking to the process. What does that mean? That means I'm not trying to trade the main hot stock of the day. I'm not trying to trade pre-market. I'm not trying to add to my loser. All I'm trying to do is show up and have the proper routine to trade, and that's the goal. So coming into today, I'm excited to trade. I feel great about trading. I got a decent amount of sleep, so I'm feeling good, but I don't want to confuse that overconfidence for placing the wrong or improper trades. So my goal today is to make the watch list, to stick to the watch list, follow the process, and walk away. If that leads to a green day, great. If it leads to a red day, well, as long as I stuck to the process, that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure so far for the month, I am at a non-red month so far, so all green for the month, but that's only considering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days. So that's that. A couple more things before we get started with the watch list is we had a promo for big trades. So as you guys know, if you guys opened up a big trades account with Cobra Trading, I created a promo. Again, this is not an MIC promo. It's not a Cobra promo. It's not a big trades promo. It's a me promo where if you open up your account, I will be matching your initial deposit out of my pocket. So the minimum account is $2,500 to open, and I will be matching up to $100,000. So if you get selected at random and your account is $26,000, I will be sending you $26,000 to double your account. We were going to select the winners. I think it was about a week ago, but we got notice from Cobra that some people did not put MIC in their account application, so they were not considered. So make sure you email them info@bigtrades.com to mention that you are an MIC client, and then we will have that winner selected this Friday to give you guys enough time to mark your account as an MIC account. So that's really awesome. Aside from that, thank you for all the support on the recent YouTube video. It is on track to be our most viewed YouTube video, combining live trading and lifestyle together. So thank you guys for that. I'm going to be trying to shoot more lifestyle, live trading type of content. It's very hard because, my cousin George is my videographer and he lives in New Jersey and I'm here in Florida. So I'm going to try to shoot some stuff by myself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So coming into today, let's get started with the watch list. So the way that we build the watch list is we always go the previous day's watch list and we build from there. Why do we go the previous day's watch list? We go the previous day's watch list because we want to make sure that we don't miss any stocks in play. So let's go the previous day and start from there. So CMND. So CMND kind of crapped out, not really much volume, not really much attention, so kind of moving on there. MNTS kind of same thing, choppy action, not really much volume, so nothing there. PETS, yesterday Steve said it was an acquisition, so nothing there. LGCL, $1 stock, nothing there. Also, one more really quick thing, as you guys know, is I like to disqualify a lot of stocks. So what you have to remember about my trading is I'm very selective and I'm very particular with the stocks that I trade. I don't want to trade every single stock just because it's moving. I don't want to trade every single play just because it's there. I only want to trade the absolute best setups. And for me, that comes from disqualifying plays, right? Like for example, I don't know. I always use the analogy of women because I feel like that's so easy to understand. It's like, let's say your type is like a blonde girl, right? Every time you see a brunette girl, you're going to disqualify it. So it's the same thing with these stocks. I'm looking for a reason to disqualify these stocks if they don't fit my criteria, right? So that's that. UPC was a big play yesterday from what I saw. Big play and then faded off. It'd be nice if we get a really big bounce. You can see here, support turns into resistance. So look at this, guys, around 11. So resistance to support to support to resistance. So this $11 area is really, really key. So I probably watch this 11, 12, and 13 area. So UPC looking for a bounce toward 11, 12, and 13 to scale in short. Ideally 10% size each area and add on a confirmation. Next is NNBR. NNBR, let's just check on this real quick. NNBR. Are you announcing the winner on Friday or will that be Monday since there's no trading on Friday? We'll do it on Thursday. Thanks for the reminder. Market is closed. Market is closed on Friday for 4th of July. Totally forgot. Thank you. Next, NNBR is a $200 million market cap company. So not really too interested in that. So of the plays that were moving yesterday, UPC looks like a solid one. Now let's kind of move on to what's moving today. CTNT, dollar stock, nothing really there. V-Wave, I actually really like this V-Wave. Obviously, big move from 5 to almost 10 and all the way back down to 5, which is insane. These moves are just so crazy, man. So crazy. So for me, my goal on this is hopefully we get a nice bounce. I mean, I would love like a $5.50 and $6 bounce. So V-Wave, ideally $5.50, $6 to short this broken stock on a bounce. What else? Let's see. JEM. So JEM is today's main hot stock runner of the day. JEM, main hot stock runner of the day. You can see that when SVRE started to pull back, JEM started to push up. So this is the main hot stock runner of the day. I am ignoring short on this. So this is a do not short. And then SVRE, last but not least, SVRE. This was running up. One sec, let me get this down. This was running up pre-market and ended up failing as JEM ran. So looking for a bounce on this to short in the morning. Ideally, a $7 to $8 push and rejection. Yeah, so I see that UPC is on buy-ins at Cobra, so probably will avoid that because there's not going to be much borrow. But if you do have a borrow at some other broker, I'll just keep it on the watch list. But that's kind of what I'm thinking this morning is main watches are probably going to be this SVRE and V-Wave for short. JEM is going to be the main hot stock runner of the day. So now really looking at shorting that. And yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. So how has the market been while I've been away, guys? What has been the market theme? What has been going on? Has there been more traps? Has it been more nail and bail? What has been going on in this current market cycle so that I know how to react with these stocks happening? So for me right now, all I'm seeing here is the same process. It's as if I didn't leave, right? What I'm seeing pre-market right now, it's literally as if I never left. There's main runners running. There's side stocks failing, you know. What about CELZ? What is CELZ doing? Let me see. CELZ is kind of running up for now. We'll kind of keep that on a side radar. I'll put it on a side radar here in case it does something stupid. But obviously you can see JEM has traded 62 million shares on volume. SSR is on and it is consistently above VWAP. Look at the difference between V-Wave and SVRE. The difference between V-Wave and SVRE is they are both under the VWAP. So both of these stocks are very broken for now. So as a short bias trader, I only want to be trading the stocks that are broken, right? So that's kind of my mindset coming into today is the same freaking process every day, man. Every day our job as a trader is to identify the main runners of the day. It's to make sure that we identify the side stocks of the day. And the reality is that our goal is just to stick to that process. So my thought process coming into this morning is look for SVRE to bounce so I could short it. JEM is the main runner of the day. CELZ is also running as well. Something I'm noticing as well, guys, is 3 out of 4 runners today are all SSR stocks. So has SSR been in play while I've been away? Notice the questions that I am asking, like a detective. I am trying to be a detective to find out what is going on with these markets, right? So, I'm out of breath. So, Steve, let me pass the baton over to you, bro, and then we'll take it from there.
Sure thing. So, I want to talk today about money flow. I kind of touched on this a little in the last week or so. This is an article written by Joe Kelly. Credit goes to Joe Kelly. This is also a weekly topic shared in the Discipline Workshop one-on-one mentoring group with Phil, Yuchi, and Edson. So credit to them as well. I basically just got notes from their articles and lessons, and I put it together to kind of share with you guys. I've also included the actual money flow link that Joe created. And yeah, let me get into it, along with a video. So here's a graphic, kind of fun graphic on money flow. What is money flow? So every morning, traders chase what looks hot. Plays pop up on their scanners. You know, they're usually sorted by what's up the most. So anything that starts moving usually goes on the scanners. A lot of longs are just looking to get involved, usually with whatever stocks are moving, have all the attention, have the excitement, have some kind of a sexy press release or something like that. So that's money flow. When one stock runs, then another stock starts moving, suddenly everyone's attention shifts. So they're kind of going for the one that's hot for the day, right? Longs want to be involved in the one that they think has the most potential to break to new highs, and usually that's the one with the most attention. So that's the underlying concept. What most traders don't realize is that money and attention don't disappear, they move. That's what we call money flow. This is a term coined by MIC. I don't remember if it was you, Alex, or it was Bal, but it was definitely something that you guys coined at the beginning, so it's been around a while. And I see a lot of other groups and just kind of out in social media using this term now. When traders abandon one runner to pile into another, other stocks often lose attention, which is where shorts can benefit. The stocks gaining attention often become the stronger long opportunities. Understanding this rotation can completely change the way you trade. Real quick, some of you might be wondering, how do we identify money flow? How do we know? This is a common question I get. What I do, and what I think most do, is we've got the, whatever it is, 10, 5, 10, 15 stocks that are in play for the day. I've got those charts up. Then I've got my scanner up. I should call it the market viewer on DOS. Showed you guys yesterday. Anything new that pops up there, or that somebody mentions in main chat, which main chat is usually quicker. Anything new that pops up, I also put on, and I kind of monitor all the stocks, and I see which ones seem to be getting all the volume and all the attention, and that's how I'm kind of watching the money flow. And when I see one moving out of nowhere, oftentimes I see the other ones that were kind of lingering around, or even if they were moving or fading, they start going the opposite direction a little quicker. So as short bias traders, we're often looking for that handoff. Money leaves stock one, moves to stock two. Stock one and other forgotten stocks often start to lose the volume. Momentum starts to fade as buyers disappear. This process repeats itself as money flow rotates between runners. So for long biased traders, the concept works in reverse. You want to be identifying, whether you're long or short, you want to be identifying the money flow, right? You just use it for different purposes, right? But you basically want to be identifying where the money flow is flowing into a stock, so you could kind of ride that momentum while the crowd continues to pile in. When the money starts leaving, it's usually some kind of a sign, that it might be time to protect your profits and move on. This is why stock selection is so important. One exception, if there's only one stock moving and no competing runner, money has nowhere else to go. In that environment, short sellers need to be more cautious because the fuel is still there and it can squeeze the stock higher. So another concept is, if there's only one in play, like I mentioned here, it's easy to see if the money flow is in the stock or not. Sometimes there's a lot of action where we've just got a lot in play, right? And in those kind of situations, you could kind of tell. Sometimes the money flow is scattered. We might see two moving a little stronger than normal. Sometimes one might fade off and the one that was moving a little will start to be a little stronger. But the way I kind of think about this in my mind is there's so much volume out there, meaning so many participants, so much energy, and it's kind of like waiting to go somewhere, or it's going somewhere, right? Sometimes it can be spread out. Sometimes it could be really focused in one play. Sometimes it could be on the sidelines waiting, but it's definitely out there usually watching and waiting, right? So the lesson, follow the money flow, identify the handoff. The ones without money flow are often good short opportunities, while the opposite is true for the ones with money flow. Get good at identifying money flow and add it to your arsenal. So as I mentioned at the beginning, here's a really great article written by Joe Kelly. I shared it here in webinars, and it's on money flow. Also, Phil, Yuchi, and Edson share this topic weekly in the Discipline Workshop 101 mentoring group. You guys can just DM Phil or Yuchi, and you guys can join their group for 1 week. You're essentially tapping with him for a week, learning these kind of daily lessons, seeing what's on their watch list. They also give you guys input on what's on your watch list, your trades. So it's really like tabbing with them for a week. So definitely reach out and sign up for that group. Finally, I included a video at the bottom. So save the video when you guys have a chance later on, maybe watch the video. If you guys have any questions at all on money flow or anything else, feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help you guys out. Cool, thanks guys. And one more thing, for the YouTube guys, I'm gonna give you guys my email. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I just posted it, StephenRH1 at myinvestingclub.com. If we can help with anything, if you want to know about membership options, or if you just have any questions on this lesson or anything else that we do today, just feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks, Steve. So we got about 40 seconds here until the market opens. Usually this is the point where I close the live stream on YouTube and keep it running for MIC members. But since I was away, I'm going to keep the stream running all day today and we'll keep it going. Reminder, the market is closed on Friday, so there will be no trading on Friday. And that's it. So we got about 20 seconds here till the market opens. Main watches are probably going to be this SVRE on a bounce to short and V-Wave on a bounce to short if JEM continues to be strong. And with that being said, let's get started live trading here in the next couple minutes. The locate on SVRE is about 40 cents, which is pretty expensive, but I do think that if we bounce towards 7, it should be a pretty great opportunity. So let's see. Market is open. So if you see something bouncing, call it out. CELZ getting some attention. So if CELZ starts to take the money flow and starts to take the attention, I could definitely look at this JEM for a short. But for now, I'm just kind of waiting, you know, because JEM's traded a lot of volume, probably not going to die easily. CELZ, let me check the float on this real quick. Float is 3 million. Not Chinese. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of volume so far too, 43 million.
So looking around, SVRE acting weak so far, but not going to chase it here. With the locates being expensive, oh, look at this CLZ, about to halt up. Interesting. Let's see. If CLZ halts up, I'll definitely watch this JEM as a short. We'll see.
And you guys are seeing the money flow concept in real time.
So SVRE, no bounce yet. That was going to be a pretty solid potential if it bounced. So that's rather unfortunate. CLZ is looking pretty strong for now. So my thought process is if CELZ ramps up, pushes up, and takes the money flow. I mean, it already traded 50 million shares of volume, CELZ.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Right.
This JEM is kind of looking weak. Yeah, recording. This JEM is looking weak, so let's see. Yeah, big weakness there on JEM, so considering taking a short on a bounce here on this JEM now.
JEM 22-cent locates now. Also, Alex, one thing is we've noticed the past couple weeks locates have been pretty high. Some of them are still reasonable, but some of them have been pretty high.
Right. So I'm taking a starter here on this JEM into the bounce, 434. Just a small start. Broke the support, failing. I'm not too convinced about scaling in heavily unless we get CELZ to confirm taking the money flow. And the way that CELZ will confirm taking the money flow is if it continues to ramp up and push up. So I'll pull up CELZ here just so we can see. So CELZ does look like it's ramping up. Does look like it's ramping up. So maybe considering adding some on JEM. But notice how I'm trying to identify where the money flow is going. It started off with JEM in the morning, but this CLZ is just going buck wild, you know?
Yep.
So add a little bit more JEM here, JEM, as I see the CLZs ramping up. Under 4 is JEM, should be a nice fail. So I'm trying to say that the money is going to come out of JEM and go into CELZ. That is my thesis here, seeing the weakness coming in on these stocks. SVRE, just non-stop weakness. So non-stop weakness there on SVRE. So that's like a dud too. It's amazing how the money flow truly exited SVRE. Look at this CELZ, halting up CELZ. Halting up. So trying to add more JEM here on this halt up on CELZ. Added more JEM. Overall average is 422. Considering that this money is going to exit JEM is my thought process. Let's see. So CELZ, great call to avoid. JEM now bouncing, so let's see if it's going to be a real bounce or not. I do see some resistance here around this what is this area? Like 464. So could consider reducing some if we kind of break through that area, but in my opinion, it should kind of fail. My number one thing is I want to manage my risk, right? So if it's going against me, I have no problem reducing and getting back in. So if we break out over this 465 area and hold, I will reduce some size and reattack. You know, it's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to stay wrong. And then on the flip side, if we do see some sort of death candle, some sort of confirmation, some sort of rejection, I'm going to add. So I'm not blindly adding to fix my average. Okay, here we go. Push up. So let's see. Watching. Looks like a fail. But not doing anything yet.
You guys are shorting JEM. Remember the lessons we talked about?
That's a fail.
Remember
Trying to add. Got an add there on that fail. Death candle. That's a fail to me.
Under 4 would be nice confirmation.
100%. You see that it pushed this 463, pushed it by a few cents, and then had a major death candle. So now I'm feeling way more confident. Again, I'm not adding to fix my average. I am adding after I see my thesis being proven correct. If I see a death candle, okay, here we go. I gotta fucking focus here. If I see a rejection, if I see a death candle, if I see a fail, that is my signal, man. That is my signal. Here we go. Let's see. Under 420, I'm gonna add more if I can. Let's see. So notice, guys, I am saying, all right, if it retests this 465 and holds higher, I will stop. I don't want to just blindly get out just because it's moving 3 or 4 cents higher. And then we got a death candle. So that death candle is giving me more confirmation. The last thing that I want to see is I want to see CELZ pushing up, pushing up, pushing up to get money flow to exit this. So finger on the trigger to add JEM if 420 breaks. You know, maybe I'm just going to set a stop market order. So I'm going to set a stop market order at, sorry, one sec. I'm trying to set this stop market order at 420. So that way, if it breaks 420, I'll automatically add. So watching to see if my stop market order fills here.
Yeah, and a little money flow GVH.
GVH. There we go. Stop market order filled. Added. So notice, guys, notice I am adding to the winner as it is going in my favor. I'm not just adding to fix my average. I'm seeing lower high, break of support, fail, fail, fail. I needed to stay under 420, continue to have weakness. Come on.
Big test will be 4.
SVRE still not really doing anything. So hopefully this is making sense, guys. CLZ about 30 seconds till it opens up. We want this JEM to remain under 4. So notice, guys, at the morning, this JEM was the main runner of the day. And then CLZ out of nowhere took the attention. So if you're still trying to bet on JEM, continuing, when there's a new stock taking the attention, I mean, dude, it's like when you have one girl at the bar, right? If you have one girl at the bar and 50 dudes, every single guy is going to try to talk to that one girl. But if another girl walks in, that girl's going to get attention too. So let's see.
CELZ open. Fail for now.
Still 4. Here we go. $4. Come on. Come on. One more. One more. One more. Bang. Covered some
Nice.
88. Covered some 90. Look at CELZ ramping back up.
Yep. Money flow.
Are you guys seeing this shit?
We just talked about this topic.
So now I am reducing profits to lock in a realized P&L cushion. Once I have a realized P&L cushion, I could then risk more on the trade if I decide to do so. So is this making sense, man? Is this making sense? So shifting my attention from ignoring this JEM and then realizing that CELZ took money flow. I mean, if this CELZ breaks over 4 again, dude, this thing is going to the moon. Man, people on YouTube are fucking stupid. They're like, wasn't your locate 50 cents? How'd you make money? My locate was 18 cents. 18 cents and I made almost 40 cents a share. Idiots, bro. This is why people don't make money. This is why people don't make money. Anyway, and is the trade over yet? No, the trade's not over. Still looking for more. I reduced some so that I could lock in a realized P&L cushion. With that realized P&L cushion, I am now able to scale back in on bounces. I am able to scale back in on bounces to get in more size. And here's the secret. When you reshort, you don't pay the locate again. you know? So CLZ, this is, in my opinion, 100% trapped now. 100% it's trapped. It did this major move down and then just straight back up. What does that mean for JEM? What do you think that means for JEM? Let's see. So now my thought process on JEM is, where was that support? It was in like that 420 area, right? So I want to see if I can get another bounce towards that 420 area to add to my winner. Look at this SVRE, bro. Total dud. Total absolute dud.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. Any bounce on that would have been freaking sick. Any bounce on that would have been sick. SVRE just back to the woodshed and shot. So trading pretty good so far this morning. Trading pretty good so far. Now what I want to do is, because I've reduced some of my position, I want it to bounce. I want it to bounce so that I could add back more, right? But I don't want it to bounce to $4. I don't want it to bounce to $4.05. I want 420, 430, 440 back into resistance. So let's see. Is this making sense, guys? How I'm not just adding to fix my average. I am looking for signals. I am looking for confirmations. I am looking for reasons to be proven right. And then I add. And then as it's going in my favor, I want to reduce some, give myself a realized P&L cushion, and then add on the bounces. The best trade here was this stop market order at 420. Recognizing that 420 support, having a stop market order, taking the emotions out of it, and just letting the trade do its thing. So if you have not reduced some JEM into the dip, you're doing something wrong, right? You're doing something wrong. I reduced so that I have the ability to add back on bounces. Meanwhile, the CLZ is now surpassing the volume of JEM. Out of nowhere, the CLZ came and took over the show. So let's see, now we're getting a bounce finally. Let's see if we get it. So I'll be back on bounces. Added some on the bounce 408 on JEM. Now, using some of my realized P&L cushion, I am shorting the bounces. I am shorting the bounces. JEM was not 40 cents a share. It maybe is now, but it was not earlier. Look at that ad at 408, man. You see that picture perfect ad? That's 10 cents right there. Right? That's 10. It's about to be 15 cents. You know? So now, let me tell you a secret. Covered some more on the dip, 89. So think about this, guys. Think about this. 389 minus 408. That was 19 cents a share. That one trade. You want to hear a secret? That one trade paid for the entire locate. You guys talk about 18-cent locate. That trade paid the locate. Covered more, 81. So you see how building a realized P&L cushion and then using that P&L cushion to short the bounces is what I'm doing. Sitting at 386 to reduce more. So sitting at 386 to reduce more.
Some money flow GVH above VWAP now.
A couple questions here. Yeah, I'll post the P&L when I'm done with the trade. My focus is the trade, guys. What's next? Question here. Does the VWAP... Oh, shit, where is this? Sorry, my scroll thing is not working pretty well. Okay. Does the VWAP level on JEM around 350 being well below your entries a positive factor for the short? Would you have taken these entries if the VWAP was say around $4 or a little higher? Trying to pick your brain whether the distance from VWAP is a factor in your eyes. It was a great question. I actually think, Steven, you could answer this question with your own stats, man. You remember the stats
Yeah.
you posted?
So we got into this yesterday. I did a whole thing on it. Pretty much what I discovered from, I mean, it's only been, 40, 45 trades, right? But what I discovered was that shorting, when I started my shorts above VWAP, I was still profitable. The win rate was about the same, but my winners were a little smaller. My losers were a little bigger. So that changed the profit factor a lot from my shorts that started under VWAP. So what I learned from that, I already knew, but I saw it in black and white. I saw, how strong of a difference that was for my personal style. So what I'm kind of making adjustments for that is, keeping it small above VWAP, and I'll probably end up doubling my size for under VWAP.
Exactly. So the VWAP determines who's in control of the stock. If the stock is above VWAP, the longs are in control. If the stock is below VWAP, the shorts are in control. So the longer a stock is under VWAP, like look at the difference of SVRE. So SVRE is just under VWAP and just down and down and down and down. You look at then CLZ, CLZ is above VWAP. It's up and up and up. So the weaker that the stock is and it stays under VWAP, the more confident I am in my positioning for that play. Covered more 86 on that dip, had an open order. Man, first day back feels freaking great. Man, I feel great today. So
we're glad to have you back, man.
What did I say at the start of the live trading, man? Is I want to just stick to my process, right? I don't want to overtrade. I don't want to oversize. Throughout the entire trade, I'm saying I'm waiting for this signal. I'm waiting for this to happen. I'm waiting for that to happen. If this happens, I'm going to stop out. If this happens, I'm going to add. And I did everything according to my plan, and here's the green day. And look at the
CELZ, front of pop. Yep. Same time, JEM failing.
Go figure.
Nice money flow example.
So a lot of people are
Perfect
saying, oh,
example.
they don't have the locates for this. They don't have the locates for not. There is no more excuse for lack of locates, guys. Cobra is now using big trades, which is a $2,500 minimum to open up an account. So if you don't have $2,500 to open up an account, maybe trading isn't for you, seriously. But there's no reason for no look. Look at this CELZ again.
Yep, new highs. And you guys could also see money flow left, GVH, went directly back into CELZ. So really good examples today of money flow.
Come on down. 82 covered more JEM. SPY big push, must be news somewhere. Maybe not. Who cares? We're making money now. 73 covered more. And look, right where resistance turns into support, right where resistance turns to support, you see this resistance 72. That's probably where it's going to end up supporting in the short term, right? So probably going to get out here and then go enjoy my day. So I'm sitting at 81 to get out of the rest, and then we'll see if we get it. Tell me if this is making sense, guys. For the love of God, tell me this is making sense. So this is what we do every single... Oh, all out. All out.
Nice.
Done. So this is what we do all of live trading every single day. in MIC. So this is my day, guys. Let me post these screenshots for the chat. And then let me post it over to you guys. Get my screenshot here. And that's it. So wrapping up a $4,600 day as my first day back trading. No stress. Traded for only, what is this, 23 minutes on the day. And then this now brings me to 4616. That brings me to exactly $52,000 for the month.
52,000 and you took a couple weeks off.
Yep, 52K.
Oh man.
That's it, guys. This is everything. This is everything. So now you see the power of live trading. Now you see why we do what we do. And that's it. That's it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to walk away, traded for less than 30 minutes today, wrapping up an all green month, $52,000. And that right there is live trading. So thank you everyone for joining in on us. I will be continuing to stream live for the rest of the week. And Steve, where could they contact you if they want more info, man?
So you guys can reach out to me anytime. Questions, info about joining at StephenRH1 at myinvestingclub.com. You guys can also sign up today. I just posted it from our website for 50% off trial month using coupon code BYPDT. So hope to see you guys here and reach out with any questions.
That's it, guys. Now I'm walking away. Don't want to get myself trapped. Made my money for the day. Oh, this thing is kind of getting juicy again. But I'm gonna stick to my process.
Alex indicator.
I'm gonna stick to my process. That's it, guys. Done.